हेलो एवरीवन, आप सभी का फिर से एक बार स्वागत है मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल में जिसका नाम है कॉमर्स ट्रेजर। In this video, we are going to discuss about MCQs on teaching aptitude, which is part of paper 1 for the upcoming NET and KCET exams. I have also made video on higher education's MCQs. If you have not seen that video, I am putting the link into the description. You can watch that video. And without wasting much time, let us go to the MCQs. A teacher can be successful if he or she helps students in becoming better citizen, imparts subject knowledge to student, prepares student to pass the examination, present the subject matter in a well organized manner. Now the trick to solve these type of question is you have to always understand and answer from a student point of view. So if you were a student, what would be the best option which you have selected or which you expect from a teacher? So teacher can be successful if he helps the student in becoming better citizen, impart subject knowledge to the student, prepare student to pass the examination, present the subject matter in a well organized manner. So what student expect from teacher? They have to deliver their lecture in a well organized manner. So option number D will be the correct option for this question. When some students are deliberately attempting to disturb the discipline of the class by making mischief, what will be your role as a teacher? Expelling those students, isolate those students, reform the group with your authority, give them an opportunity for introspection and improve their behavior. So again, as I said, from student point of view, always we have to think expelling is nothing but sending the student out of the class. So no, we should not do that. Isolate the student is nothing but separating them from their group or removing them out of the class. This is also not a good thing. Reform the group with your authority. No, you should also not do this. So what you can do best, you can give them an opportunity for introspection. Now what is introspection? Introspection is letting them to think about what is right and wrong and let them improve their behavior. So this is the best option which you can select for this question. Which of the following qualities is the most essential for a teacher? He should be an honest person. He should be a well-dressed person. He should have patience. He should be an expert in his subject. So he should be an honest person, he should be well-dressed person, he should have patience, but the most important thing which student expect from a teacher is he should be expert in his subject. So whatever subject he is teaching, first he should be good in his subject, he should have knowledge, and all other things are also required, but the most important quality is expertise in his subject. For maintaining an effective discipline in class, teacher should allow student to do what they like, deal with the student strictly, give the student some problem to solve, deal with them politely and firmly. So allow the student to do whatever they like, no, this is not at all possible. Deal with students strictly, no, because as I said, you have to think from student point of view. Give the student some problem to solve, this is also not a good option. So best option among this is deal with them politely and firmly, so that there will be discipline maintained in the class. Those teachers who are popular among students, who develop intimacy with them, help them to solve the problems, award good grades, take classes on extra tuition fees. So develop intimacy is nothing but to be close with the students. No, this is not possible. Award good grades, no. Take classes on extra tuition fees, this definitely cannot be. So teachers are popular only if they help the student to solve their problems, because students expect the teachers to help them to deal with their problems. The primary responsibility for the teacher's adjustment lies with the children, the principal, the teacher himself, the community. Primary responsibility of the teacher adjustment lies with the teacher himself. So first he needs to understand himself, he has to adjust himself, and then comes the children, principal, community, school, co-staff and all other things. The essence of an effective classroom environment is a variety of teaching aids, lively student-teachers interaction, pin drop silence, strict discipline. So pin drop silence, strict disciplines is not an essence of an effective classroom. Lively student-teacher interaction, varieties of teaching aids. So whenever you have to have a effective classroom, there should be lively teacher interaction, that is interaction of student with the teacher is must. They should ask the question and teacher should be ready to answer the questions which are asked by the students. Then it becomes a lively class. As a teacher, select the best option to ensure your effective presence in the classroom. Use of peer command, making aggressive statements, adoption of well-established posture, being authoritarian. use of peer command is nothing but treating your students as your friends and calling them as your friends. This is not recommended. Making aggressive statement is nothing but you have to be very strict and make some aggressive statements, harsh statements. So this is also not good. Being authoritarian is nothing but you have to dictate whatever you say, that only the students needs to do. This is also not good. So adoption of well established posture among these options is the best option from teacher's point of view. If a parent approaches the teacher to do some favor to his or her ward here refers to child or student, in the examination, the teacher should try to help him, guide him to talk to the principal, refuse politely and firmly, ask him rudely to go away. So whenever a parent comes and asks the teacher to do a favor for his child, then the teacher should try to help him. No, this is not at all recommended. Guide him to the principal. No. Ask him rudely. No. So best way is refuse politely and firmly, saying that he cannot help and he cannot go against his teaching ethics. Why do teachers use teaching aid? Teaching aid refers to the things which are used to make teaching more attractive. It may be use of audio video things or PPTs or maps, globes, charts, etc. in the class to make teaching interesting, to teach within the understanding level of students, for students' attention, to make students attentive. So the best option among the 4 options is option number A, to make the teaching interesting. So whenever we make use of graphs or making use of globe to show students about geography, or showing them real balance sheet or journals in the class, making use of PPTs, images, videos, it is going to make the learning process more interesting and students are going to be easily understanding those topics. Which of the following are characteristic of teaching? Teaching is a continuous process. Definitely teaching is a continuous process. It is not a one-day process. It goes on continuing. Teaching is an art as well as science. Definitely teaching is an art as well as science, because as an art you have to teach the students, and as in science you have to tell them how a principle applies in a particular situation. Teaching is an interaction between teachers and students. Definitely yes. So all of the above are the characteristics of teaching. Which of the following is not true about teaching? Teaching is a formal as well as informal process. Teaching is a social service. Teaching encourages students to learn more and more. Teaching takes place in static environment. So you have to find out which is not true. Teaching is formal as well as informal. Definitely yes. Sometimes teaching may be formal, that is in the class teacher teaches. Sometimes teaching may be informal. You can learn from a particular person, that is teacher or friend, even when you are not in the class and outside the class. Teaching is a social service. Definitely it is a social service, because a teacher is a person who contributes to the society in making the society better. Teaching encourages students to learn more and more, to get new ideas, new facts and information. Teaching takes place in static environment. No, this is not correct. Teaching always takes place in an dynamic environment. It means that teaching is a very dynamic process. It keeps on changing from time to time. The same topic can be taught by the same teacher in multiple ways on multiple days or on the same day, depending upon the student's level of understanding. So option number D is wrong. That is, it is not a static environment, but it requires a dynamic environment. Which of the following is not the feature of memory level teaching? Now, teaching has 3 levels. You have to remember this. The first or the base level is called as memory level teaching. The second or the middle level is called as understanding level teaching, and the higher level is called as reflective level teaching. So these are the 3 levels of teaching which are usually asked in the examination. Memory level teaching has some important features. Which of the following is not the feature? Let us find out. The thinking ability does not play an important role. Definitely it is a feature. The role of teacher is prominent. Definitely it is also an important feature. Role of student is prominent. No, this is not an feature of memory level teaching. And both essay type and objective type examinations are used to evaluate learning contents. This is also correct. So let us see few important features of memory level teaching. So memory level teaching, as I said, is the first and the lowest level of teaching. In the 3 levels of teaching, the lowest level of teaching is memory level of teaching. It is very thoughtless level of teaching, that is thinking ability does not play important role in this case. Students' role is here only to rote things. Rote is nothing but in Hindi we call it as ratta, or in normal language we can call it as by hearting a topic or memorizing the topic. So basically in this we memorize the facts, information, laws, formulas, etc. Role of teacher in this case is very prominent. It is a teacher centered approach. You have to remember, whatever teacher teaches, that itself the student is going to learn in this particular level of teaching. Study material in this level of teaching is well organized and pre-planned. So you know about the textbooks which are there for your lower level classes in your standard first, second, third, fourth. So it has a sequence and you have to go as per the sequence itself. It is also called as stimulus response learning. It means that you get an action and you respond to that particular action. Whenever teacher teaches your thing, you accept that thing or you learn that thing. Objective type and essay type exams are used for evaluation in this level. So these are some important features which you have to remember. Tables in mathematics or formulas in mathematics, some laws in subjects, etc. are examples of memory level of teaching. Which of the following is true about understanding level of teaching? As I said, the second level of teaching is understanding level of teaching. It is only teacher centered, it is only student centered, both student and teacher centered, none of the above. So which of the following is true? Understanding level of teaching is both student as well as teacher centered. So let us see few features about understanding level of teaching. It is middle level of teaching, as we already saw in the diagram. It is more useful and thoughtful compared to memory level of teaching. So it is one step above memory level of teaching. Here you are required to have more than just memorizing the facts and information. It explains students about relationship between principles and the facts. So here you make students to understand the principles and facts, and you help them to understand how those facts and principles are applicable to the real life situations. Students become more logical, analytical, and start to think in this particular level of teaching. Both students and teachers participates in developing the lesson. So because of this, we said that it is both students as well as teacher centric level of teaching. Lectures, discussion, demonstration, explanations, etc. are used for teaching, or these are the methods of teaching used over here. So there is a bit of interaction between teacher as well as the student in this case, and both of them contribute in this level of teaching. Which of the following are the characteristic of reflective level of teaching? So reflective level is the highest level of teaching. It enables the students to solve real life problem. Definitely yes. It is highly thoughtful and useful. Definitely yes. A student can attend this level only after going through memory and understanding level. Definitely yes, as we saw in the diagram. So first comes memory, then comes understanding, and once they cross this level, they go to the reflective level of teaching. So all of the above is the answer for this question. So let us understand few important features of reflective level of teaching. It is also called as introspective level, wherein a student needs to understand what are the different things on its own, and you have to apply those things to solve the problems. It is the highest level of teaching and it is highly thoughtful. Already we discussed about these two. Enables the students to solve real life problems of life. So we understand the logic and we try to apply those things to solve the real life problems. Creative ability and critical thinking are developed at this level. So at this level of teaching, you make use of more creativity and critical level of thinking. It is learner centered as well as student centered model. See, so first one was teacher centered, second one was both student and teacher, and this one is a learner centered model. And it is also problem centered teaching, that is we here aim to solve a real life problem, and it is more useful for high level of classes or higher classes. The best example is in case of research. Whenever a person is doing research, the student or the learner has more critical thinking and his role is very important than the teacher's role in this case. So this is all about today's video. If you like the video, please hit a like button, and if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon so that you can get a notification as soon as I upload a new video. Thank you for watching the video, and let us meet again with another video.